What's up everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be testing out some new Shimano Minnow shaking rods. So the two rods that we're looking at, one is a Poison Adrena, this is a 610 medium light solid tip, and the Expride is a 610 medium solid tip. Let's take a quick look at both of these rods, starting with the Expride. So the Expride, again, is a 610 medium extra fast rod. It's made with a carbon monocoque handle and cork, which is something I definitely like. A CI4 plus reel seat, and you have Fuji SIC guides. So the Expride is $339. It is a little bit expensive for sure, but again, this is kind of a very technique specific rod. Super solid setup. You can catch them on sale once in a while. And now let's take a look at the Poison Adrena. So the Poison Adrena is actually a step up from the Expride. It's a little bit more pricey, one of the most expensive rods that I've ever owned. It comes in at $429, and I can understand why. It feels like it is a very expensive rod when you hold it. So this is also on a carbon blank. It has a fully monocoque handle. Also coming with the CI4 plus reel seat. And the Poison Adrena comes with the Shimano X guide train. Both rods look phenomenal. I like the feel of the cork on the Expride, and I've definitely gotten used to the fully monocoque handle on the Poison Adrena as well. I feel like the only time it might get a little iffy is if it's super wet and rainy all day and your hands are soaked and it's cold, but we'll have to wait till winter to see how that goes. I've never fished a rod with a solid tip before, but I can already tell just by holding them that they're going to be super sensitive. So I have both of these paired up with Vanford's. I'm going to put some braid on here and 6-pound fluorocarbon test, and we're going to put these things to the test. I'm going to put a little bit of backing on here. This is 10-pound fluoro. It doesn't matter. You could use any line to back the braid on your spinning reel, but you want to do this for sure, because if it gets really cold or freezes, or sometimes just out of the blue, if you don't back your braid with fluorocarbon on your spinning reel, or casting reel for that matter, your braid will spin on the spool. Make sure you throw some backing on there. Gonna spool both up with some 10-pound Power Pro. I think I got this one in red. It looks kind of pink, but it'll turn pink eventually. These Vanford's are some of my favorite reels. They're so good. I have another one that I've been using for like probably 3 years at this point. The drag is phenomenal, and it's just a workhorse. They're a little pricey, but it's something that'll last you season over season over season. Gonna rig the Poison Adrena up with a 1/8 ounce head and the Expride up with a 3/16. Gonna throw Crush City freeloaders on both. See which color they want. Really good looking setup. It is so freaking light. Both of these are, honestly. I mean, they're both 610s. There's just no weight at all. All right, let's go. So to preface this, my previous jig head minnow setup was a 610 medium Zodius. I'd also throw a 7.2 medium light Expride, but my primary jig head minnow rod was that 610 medium. The Poison Adrena is going to be a bit lighter than that, but I think with a solid tip, it should be pretty close. Like the lure rating for this rod is 3/32 to 3/8, and for the 610 medium Expride, it's 1/8 to 7/16. Such a solid setup. I'll probably use this primarily for like 1/8 ounce and under, and depending on how this 610 medium Expride goes, I'll use this for the slightly heavier ones. I've used longer rods for the minnow, like a 7.4 and a 7.5. I didn't like them as much personally. Like, I felt like I had less control over the bait. The rod was just way whippier. With that Poison Adrena, when I was just throwing it now, like every tap I gave the rod, I can feel the bait going side to side. We'll see if the Expride feels the same. Oh, it feels good. Yeah, this is really, really nice. Both of these setups are sick. Dang, I just had to bite it. Small one. I think this is, no, not a crappie, a little bass. Oh, big crappie. Cool. Ate it off the bottom. Felt good. Could actually feel the bite really well. That's another issue that I've had with a few of my minnow setups. Not really feeling the bite at all, which it's not that big of a deal because you're gonna feel the weight and you just keep reeling. But being able to feel the bite is definitely helpful because there's sometimes when they're coming up behind it at full speed, or even if they're coming behind it slowly and you kind of lose your bait and you're just waiting for that bite, but they actually have it the whole time. It's nice to know right off the bat that, okay, he's got it. Both of these rods cast extremely well. They feel really good in your hand. Man, I'm really impressed with how well I can feel that bait. What is all that? A giant school of bass. Oh yeah, I got a little one, but man, oh, I hooked him in the belly. That's weird. All right, on the board. With the poison, felt just as good as expected. Helps when you find some mega schools of fish that want to eat and you drop the minnow down on them. Finding them might be the problem. Yep, just like that, there we go. Hey guys, quick interruption. My friends over at Angler's Choice are down to the last 25 of 2025 model boats for their end of year sale. So you can save up to $8,000 off of Rangers, Tritons, Trackers, Sun Trackers, Nitros, and Tahoe boats. So if you click the link down in the description below, you can go check out the boats that they have left for the end of year sale. Also, this is going to last until October 31st, as well as the 5-year Mercury Gold warranty. So if you're thinking about upgrading, now might be the time. And as always, if a new boat is not in the cards for you right now, Angler's Choice also has a huge inventory of pre-owned boats. They do trade-in deals and consignment deals as well if you're looking to sell a boat. Huge thank you again to Angler's Choice. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without them. Please click those links down in the description below. Go check them out. Let's get back to fishing. God, it's so fun, even if they're small ones. Little guy. Let's get one on the Expride. Little baby bass on the heavier head. See a little group of them chasing this bait around and basically just casting this jig head minnow through the bait, ripping it out, trying to get their attention and then letting them follow it down. Need to find some big ones though. I just wanted to lean on a few. One thing I'll definitely say about both of these rods, they have no problem casting these baits a very long distance. They're sitting in a school really high up in the water column there. Almost didn't even have to let it sink. Another little one. So this is definitely a spot where having two different weighted jig head minnows is super helpful, because if you see fish really high up in the water column, I think the 1/8 ounce or even 3/32 gives you so much of a better presentation. Whereas if, you know, you're catching fish deeper, you see them down in piles or on the bottom, that's where you want to go with a 3/16 or a 1/4. It'll just get down there a little bit faster. You're able to work it a little bit faster. And sometimes that's kind of the key too, to catching the fish that are high up. Sometimes that 1/8 is just too light to keep the bait down, but if you just want to rip it over their heads really fast, that can be another spot for the lighter one. All right, so super impressed with both of these. Obviously, I'm gonna have to report back after using them for a couple months, but first impression, just blown away. Both of them are sick. This is a catfish. No, it's a bass. Strong 6-pound test. Not catching anything crazy, but that's a solid little keeper. It's probably 2 pounds. All right, well, I think that's where I'm gonna leave you guys off. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about both of these rods down in the comments section below. I will leave them linked in the description. You can get them over at acmtackle.com. There's also a free shipping code, and you can use my code SB10 to get 10% off. Again, both of these are higher end rods. If you're looking for a very technique specific rod, either one of these would be great. I think that the 610 medium light Poison Adrena is going to excel with like the 1/8 ounce jig head minnow. And if you generally throw one that's a little bit heavier, that's where I'd go with the 610 medium Expride. But so far, I've been fishing for 4 or 5 hours with both of these rods. I'm a big fan of the solid tip. I think that it really does help detect bites a lot easier. It's also phenomenal to cast. I was able to cast both of those minnows like easily 100 feet on these 610 rods. So I'm very impressed. Leave me a thumbs up on the video and I'll get you guys another review. Next time it'll be on the Shimano Outlier. This is their swim bait rod, and this thing is freaking sweet. See ya.